Hello everybody, I'm SnipingIsFun, and this is going to be my first video I'm going to be doing tonight about this said topic. And that topic I'm going to be talking about is the return of Toonami. And this video here, I'm just going to do two things on the topic. I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the return of Toonami tonight, which right now it's about like 11:30 over here, so in about half an hour Toonami is going to be coming on. And the other thing is my thoughts and memories and everything of Toonami when I used to watch it when, years ago back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Like when I lived in my old house and when I first moved here. Fix the lighting here for a minute. There we go. I think that works. Sorry about the lighting, it's just the whole lighting I have set up here is a little bit different now compared to what it was before. So yeah, but getting back onto the topic now, Toonami, my thoughts about returning after, when was the last time I think Toonami was on? When they used to have that stupid Naruto looking robot and they had Naruto on and Bobobo and all that stuff on, like, was it 2008? I think it was 2008. People say 2008, but I think it was 2008. I really didn't watch it pretty much back then. But when they took it off from weekdays and then it turned on the weekends only, and then pretty much only Saturday and whatnot, in the last couple years of the show, of the block of Toonami, I really didn't even pay attention to it. Like back when they had Naruto on it and Bobo and everything, I glanced at, and I think Pokemon was even on it. I only glanced at it like once in a while. I'm like, I'll watch it here and there. I'll glance at stuff. I'll do stuff like that, but it really wasn't, anything interesting. It really kind of sucked compared to what it was like, back like way before. Like when I really mainly watched Toonami, it was about late 90s, early 2000s, so basically back like in elementary school, middle school practically. And the shows that I grew up with practically on it were basically, let's see, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Thundercats was on there, Batman animated series, Reboot was on there, Yu Yu Hakusho I think was on there, but I really didn't watch it when it was on like TV. I recently have been watching Yu Yu Hakusho like a year and a half ago, about a year and a half to 2 years ago or something like that. I recently, for the last couple of years, got into watching Yu Yu Hakusho when that was on Toonami and Adult Swim and whatnot. I only glanced at it here and there. I mean, it looked interesting, but I never really watched it until recently, so that's not like a Toonami show I really grew up with. And then there's I knew those shows that were on there. People like Rurouni Kenshin was on there. Tenchi Muyo I watched a little bit of, and other stuff was on there. I think I don't remember exactly, but basically that. And then I remember when they used to have Dragon Ball Z movies on there as well. But that's basically where I remember the shows from. That was basically like the 90s when they had Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that on there. And it's just like, and they changed shows throughout the years, but they always seem to keep Dragon Ball Z for some reason. But then until they got Naruto. And just like Neo GameSpark said in his video, I think they did focus too much on Naruto because, and he basically said when they back then they focused on every individual show and tried to give every show like its own airtime, its own push. And then when they got Naruto, they went Naruto crazy, didn't focus pretty much on any other show on there, went too much on Naruto, and it backfired on them, which I don't think that might be entirely true. Like, you'd have to look at it from different sides and, research and stuff like that, which I haven't, but, I'm going off of like what Neo GameSpark said. I think that was what happened, and then Toonami closed down in 2008, and now we're here, about 4 years later, and it's coming back on tonight. My thoughts on my thoughts on that. I mean, it's interesting. I would like to see it come back. Based on the lineup they have now, I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but for what it is now, as of what we're getting with the return of Toonami, I would assume that's actually is pretty good. You know, from 12 to like 2, I think it was. You know, that's pretty good. They have 6 shows on there. They have, let's see, what shows do they have on there? They have Casher and Sin, and they have Dead Man Wonderland. Those are the 2 new shows. And now Bleach, which I was already going to assume was going to actually be on Toonami. Now Bleach is now a Toonami show. And then they also have Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. They have Ghost in the Shell, and they also have Cowboy Bebop. I think, you know, for a launch, you know, to start the show off, you know, it's fine. Was I slightly disappointed when I first saw it? I wouldn't say disappointed. It was just like I was fine with the 2 new shows. New shows, cool. People out there focus way too much on the old shows. Do I want the old shows back? Yes. But we're not going to be able to focus too much on old shows until maybe Toonami gains more popularity. I would love to see Sailor Moon back on TV, even though I own majority of the shows on DVD. Besides season 1, the end of season 2, and anything from season 5, because that was never dubbed over in English, for obvious reasons, pretty much. But I would love to see it back on TV. Maybe later on down the line, maybe we'll see that. Dragon Ball Z, I really don't think they need it. People, like, I've heard, like, who said that, Stormsync, and I think was it Neo GameSpark or was it Goku 5? Well, I don't know. Someone said about what is that show? Give me a second. I had it written down somewhere. Oh, now I remember it. Fairy Tail, the show Fairy Tail. I think that would actually make an interesting show on Toonami. Fairy Tail. People says Fairy Tail, and then I've also heard someone mention Outlaw Star. I never really watched Outlaw Star, but this can give me the chance to really watch it. Besides maybe YouTube or going out and buying a DVD collection from Best Buy. Because that's one of the DVD anime collections they have there. It's a complete series of Outlaw Star, so that might be one thing to look into, which actually is one of the animes I'm hoping to get in the future. And basically that. I'm just saying, my thoughts on returning is it's cool, and for what it is now, that's actually good because they're bringing it back now to see how much interest it can gain. Everyone's saying this, how much interest it can gain, like how many fans will watch it, how much views they can get. And from there, they're going to boost the show's popularity will boost. They will have more room for. They'll give up more time Toonami for other anime. They'll add more shows in. They'll add more old shows. They'll add more new shows. And maybe one day, hopefully, they'll get on more on just Saturday night. I would love to actually see Toonami come back like a weekly, and that's going to take a lot of work. So hopefully, we can get that done. But yeah, my thoughts. I'm glad it's back. The shows it has now actually are kind of interesting, and I'm looking forward to watching the Dead Man Wonderland and Casher and Sin. But those 2 are the ones I'm mainly gonna look forward to. Probably that, and I might watch Bleach, which I haven't watched Bleach in a while. I'm so far behind on Bleach. It's sad. Like compared to what the English version is actually in. I'm very far behind, and then I haven't really even been paying attention to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood that much, and I still haven't really gotten much into Cowboy Bebop or really even Ghost in the Shell. So maybe this might help me get into it, because I've watched a couple episodes of Cowboy Bebop so far, but like the first 2 or something. But I really haven't, and an random episode here and there when it was on TV, but I really haven't gotten into it, and stuff like that. But I'm going to give these 2 new shows for certain, a chances, because they both do look interesting. But back to my memories, basically when I originally got into watching it, was like I said, it was Reboot, Sailor Moon, Thundercats, Batman, Dragon Ball Z, and basically any of the shows from like the late 90s, like 97, 98, 99 kind of thing. And that's basically my memories with Toonami, and maybe one day we can see some of those shows come back. And you know, and that's all it is for this video. I don't want to make this video last too long, and right now it's practically 10 minutes, and I don't want it to go on too long. So basically, I'm going to end it here before Toonami comes back in about 20 minutes ish, kind of thing. Like it's about like 11:40 by now. I'm going to come back and do another video right when it starts and give my thoughts maybe on just seeing it there, I guess. This will be part 1 of that video. But like I said, my thoughts on coming back, it's cool, and I'm actually happy it's coming back. I emailed, I helped out when it was coming back, but I didn't go and do it like insanely like I'm sure a lot of other people did. I'm sorry for that. I'm glad it's back, but I didn't really put a whole lot of work into it. But I will for certain try to watch it every single Saturday, which I really haven't done every single Saturday. Every Saturday night, whenever Adult Swim had the anime blocks and everything, I turned the channel on and watched it here and there, but I never really fully watched it. Now that it's actually Toonami, maybe I will start putting more interest into watching it, because I want to support this, because I want more shows, more time, and hopefully more days, you know, to do this too. In my memories, basically, the shows I grew up with were basically what I assume a lot of people grew up with. A lot of people grew up with Sailor Moon, you know, and Dragon Ball Z, and Batman the Animated Series, and I'm sure a lot of people grew up with Reboot, and, you know, the original Thundercats, which actually would be interesting if they can put the new Thundercats probably on Toonami. That would actually be kind of interesting, because I've only watched the first episode of that, but I actually quite like that, you know, that version of the show, and hope to watch more of it one day. But that's about it. As an anime fan, I'm interested, and I'm going to take a look into this, and I hope you guys like this video and my thoughts on it, like, and stuff like that, and I'll see you in part 2 when the Toonami actually is on, and I barely watch it, and I'm not going to film the TV or anything, but because I know for a fact I'll get a copyright strike or some attack on me from something if I do that. I'm not going to do that, but I'm just going to have like me filming my face as I'm watching it and maybe get my thoughts on it so far, just the thoughts about it actually being back, you know, while it's actually on. And then eventually I'm going to do another Toonami related video, like let's say if I had control over the Toonami block when it does in fact become popular and there's more, you know, time to it on Saturday night, like what anime would I actually put like from certain time to certain time, like what anime would I use to fill the block, you know, the Toonami block. That will be eventually down the line, but you know, that won't be anytime soon, but that's a video I do have planned to hopefully do. I'm SnipingIsFun. I hope you guys like this video. Be sure to watch Toonami tonight, which you probably won't be seeing this till after. I don't know if I'll upload this part before or after Toonami starts tonight. Maybe before. So either or, but you know, hopefully you guys support Toonami. Let's watch it, and anyone that's on Facebook in any of the groups, hopefully, or even in the comment section of this video, if you want to talk on this video, let's talk about Toonami as we watch it, because I would actually like to get into some discussions. I'm SnipingIsFun. I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe if you want to. Peace. Have a nice night. And I'll see you guys in my next video.